What is up, guys? Randomonium here with another random normal game. This is a series where I will fill whatever role my team needs me to play. I'll play a different champion each and every game. On this game I was last pick, and support was the only role that was not called, so I will be playing Braum Support. Braum was actually one of my favorite supports, so this should be a good game. But for our team, we've got a Olaf in top lane, Nidalee in the jungle, Lux mid lane, Misfortune AD carry, and I'll be playing Braum as support. And we're going up against a Gangplank in top lane, a Rammus in the jungle, Twisted Fate mid lane, a Tristana AD carry, and a Shen support. So right off the bat, this Lux, don't like where she is. This Lux should be right about here, watching for any type of possible invade from the enemy team. There's no reason for her to be down here. This is a good positioning for me and Misfortune to watch for any type of possible invade from the enemy team on the blue side. But yeah, this Lux should be up here protecting the Nidalee for her red start, because Nidalee is definitely susceptible to invades. The Rammus is not very good at invading, so not too worried about that. But anyway, as far as the matchups are concerned, we've got the Olaf versus Gangplank. This should favor Olaf pretty strongly, as long as he doesn't, walk into the barrels that much. Olaf has very good sustain, and he can just chase down the Gangplank. If the Gangplank pushes the lane at all, the Olaf can really punish him very strongly, and should be able to solo him out pretty early on. But yeah, so mid lane, Lux versus Twisted Fate. Again, this favors the Lux. The only way that the Twisted Fate can win this type of a matchup is if he just outplays the Lux. Oh, well, there's first blood. Or if he gets kills in other lanes using his teleport ability and then comes back to lane with a gold advantage to beat the Lux. But usually the Lux has a lot more power than the Twisted Fate early on. So yeah, the TF has to rely on his roams to get the gold advantage there. As far as bot lane is concerned, me and Misfortune versus Shen and Tristana. That is a skill matchup. It's really dependent upon the Shen landing his taunt and me landing my stun. Right, so anytime I move forward, I can start using my passive if I land my Q, or if I land an auto attack, and that will allow me to land that stun. And that stun is incredibly underrated. Most people don't understand how powerful that stun can be. So you can see here, like, we nearly burst out the Shen. We got the Tristana to blow her flash. We got the Shen to blow her flash because we landed the stun on the Shen and we landed the stun on the Tristana. So Braum's stun, his passive, is one of his most important abilities. So as long as I'm able to reliably get that proc, get that stun, and land my Q, I should be able to swing this lane in our favor. The Misfortune just has to, continue to farm, play pretty safe, and things should go relatively well. Anytime the Shen comes forward to taunt, I'm going to come forward to try and stun him. So yeah, we land the stun right here, force the Tristana to jump away, and then we can deal a lot of damage to the Shen as well. If we actually proc that stun on the Shen, we probably would have killed him. So this lane is going very well. You can see that I'm trying to tank as much damage as possible. I'm keeping Misfortune's health as high as possible because I have 3 health potions and she only has 1. So my whole goal is that I can soak a lot more damage than she can. I have a lot higher resistances and I have more health potions. So yeah, as far as the jungle matchups are concerned, for the opposing jungler, the Rammus, he probably is going to want to devote time. It's kind of tough. He's kind of screwed wherever he goes, I feel like. I feel like the Olaf will be very aggressive, so I feel like he will be very susceptible to getting ganked. So the Rammus could make a good play there. But it's really going to be, the Rammus should just be ganking whatever lane is pushed up. So like recently all three of our lanes are pushed up and now they're kind of pushed against us. As far as the Nidalee is concerned, I would actually say that she should devote as much time as she can to mid lane. Because if she can get the Lux fed and shut down the Twisted Fate, then he's going to be pretty much useless. His ultimate is going to be useless. Even if he uses it to, teleport somewhere else, he'll be so gold deprived that his ganks will not be near as effective, and then the Lux can just push the lane and take the tower. So even if he, gets some damage or gets a kill, it's not going to help him that much. You see Rammus is ganking bot lane. He taunts me, but I'm able to walk out pretty easily. Actually, I wind up having to flash because the double taunt of the Rammus and the Shen is actually really potent. I kind of underestimated how powerful that was. I probably should have used my stand behind me to jump to the Misfortune. So this is a good roam by Lux. This is going to allow us to get a lot of damage. Fortunately, we're not able to get any kills. Alright, so then this Nidalee comes in. This is way too aggressive, right? We've got the numbers advantage. There's no need to go aggressive. Lux winds up getting a double kill, and then we wind up getting a kill on the Misfortune. So if you're playing that Nidalee, there's no reason to come in Cougar form and try and get the kill. Switch back to human form, land a spear. If you land the spear, you'll probably kill them outright. Or you can then follow up with an empowered pounce and get the kill, instantaneously, and then you can leap back out again. So yeah, definitely a misplay by the Nidalee. No reason to have that death occur. But Misfortune does the right thing by pushing in the wave, so that way this entire wave will die, and then she backs off and she can recall and buy. So as far as aims are concerned, I'm going, of course, Sightstone first. I got my Relic Shield, get a Pink Ward, and some health pots. And because we're normally, really pushed up a lot, I'm probably going to be placing this Pink Ward here in the River Brush just to avoid any further ganks from Rammus. And I'll try and ward up everything else as much as possible. So because this wave is pushing, I'm going to ward up here. That way Shen can't come in and do a taunt from the brush once Misfortune returns to lane. We got a pretty solid lead in this early game, 7 kills to 3. And it looks like all of our lanes are winning as far as CS and as far as kills are concerned. Nice job. Lux ended up getting a kill on the Rammus. So yeah, you can see how aggressive I'm playing, because I know that if we can land a stun, that we can completely turn the fight in our favor. Yep, Nidalee's coming in. Use my ult to try and force out the flash, which I do on the Shen. You can see that I'm not trying to focus necessarily the ADC or the support. It's just targets of opportunity. Whoever is within range, I'm going to try and stun that person, because I know that stun is going to allow me to get a lot of damage on them. So this is how Nidalee should be playing it. She's just staying in the wings. She actually should probably come up here to ward. Yep, Rammus shows up. Kind of puts us in a bad position. Have that Gangplank ult and also a Twisted Fate roam. Makes it very difficult for us. I'm dead. There's no way that I can escape this. Good job by the Misfortune to not try and save me. This happens a lot, is that, one of your teammates is clearly dead, another one of your teammates tries to save them and they wind up dying as well. That's, never worth. So yeah, so when that Nidalee came down here to try and tower dive assist us, if she just placed if she'd come over here, throw out the spear, then come over here, place a ward, then she can see this Rammus coming around. And that way we can tell whether or not it's a good idea to actually, execute that kind of tower dive or that flank. Because this area right here is a very precarious choke point that you always have to be concerned with. So yeah, that misplay allows the Tristana to catch back up in CS with the Misfortune, so that's a big deal. And the Tristana has 2 kills now. So yeah, we lost a lot of pressure in bot lane because of those mistakes. However, our mid lane is really dominating, over double the CS, and 4 kills. So Lux is definitely carrying the game. So yeah, pinking up the River Brush, making sure that we can watch for any Rammus ganks, because that double taunt is particularly deadly. If Shen gets a taunt followed up by a Rammus taunt, it's pretty much that's all she wrote for us. So we know that Shen's probably roaming, so we just gotta be careful. I'm starting to roam up as well. Then we see that Shen's rotating back towards bot lane, so I rotate back to assist. Tristana is actually bursting out the Misfortune, so I flash forward to land my Q, and then I exhaust, and that allows us to pick up the kill. Misfortune uses her ult at max range, and then we're able to land a stun onto the Shen, and then that follow up with the strut, and then make it rain. Also, Misfortune winds up having to burn her heal, but we're able to get a double kill off of that. So Tristana was definitely going to be able to solo out the Misfortune, but because I flashed and landed that Q, we were able to turn the fight and wound up getting a double kill because of that. So we didn't have the advantage in lane. The Tristana was more powerful than the Misfortune, and because we made a good play, we were able to swing the lane back in our favor. So now we have a pretty dominant lead in bot lane. So yeah, we're able to reestablish that CS lead. This entire wave was going to die to the tower. We now have also a kill lead, so Misfortune has a pretty dominant advantage. Tristana does get back in the lane to catch a couple of the CS, but she's not going to get all of them. Lux is continuing to really dominate her lane. And then it looks like Olaf is also doing a pretty dang good job. This Nidalee isn't really doing much. I don't rate Nidalee a very good jungler in this meta. She's just not very strong. You can see the teleport from the Twisted Fate to try and clean up after the Olaf kills Gangplank, and actually the Twisted Fate winds up dying. So that's impressive from the Olaf. The Olaf is really strong now. So all 3 of our lanes are winning without even help from our junglers. That's where you want to be. That's like, the dream is to have 3 lanes winning with no assistance. Another great roam from the Lux. This is going to allow us to pick up a pretty easy kill. This is very aggressive from the Lux. Yeah, she winds up dying because of it. There was no need for that. All she needed to do was wait for this wave to push up, and then we tower dive the Shen. And if the Shen backs off, then we just take the tower, and then we take the dragon. No reason to try and tower dive a Shen. I mean, he's very tanky. He's got the taunt. Yeah, it's just very risky. No reason to do it. So we take bot tower. We're also taking top tower. Olaf is continuing to do good things, but he winds up actually dying to the Gangplank, which is impressive because he just got a double kill. So I think what that was a lot of times you'll get a kill, you'll beat the person, but then you won't recall, and then that person will come back to lane with an item advantage. So even though you have more gold than them, you haven't spent your gold. So you're actually at a gold disadvantage as far as how much money you've spent on items, and then they come back and they kill you because they've got an item advantage. So if you get a kill, you always got to be very wary when your opponent comes back in the lane. That was fantastic. Wind up getting the Lux binding followed by my ult, followed up by the Misfortune ult, and we're pretty much cleaning house now. We probably could have killed that Chen. Um, but oh well, we wind up getting the tower anyway. So yeah, this game is definitely going very well. The gangplank is rotating, but we probably have enough time to take this tower. There's the ultimate from the gangplank. Yeah, Lux takes some unnecessary tower shots, winds up dying because of that, and gangplank winds up being able to get a kill. Good ultimate from the Twisted Fate. Yeah, that's definitely an overstay. Thought we had enough time to take that tower, but Lux took some unnecessary tower shots, and then the gangplank did a very good job with his flank. So it looks like they're probably going for Dragon. But Olaf has made a good job putting up pressure in top lane. This is very risky. Yeah, he winds up blowing his flash, and he's probably gonna die. Yeah, missing that axe right there was crucial. If he hadn't missed that axe, he would have been able to kill the Tristana. But yeah, that one missed axe really cost him. Alright, so we've dropped all of the outer towers. Now we need to start working on breaking down the inner towers. It's easiest to push up mid, ward up around the mid tower, and then as they respond to defend mid, you back off and then you rotate to one of the side lanes. And then if they try to rotate to stop you, a lot of times they walk through a warded area and you're able to get a pick. So that's really kind of the plan. Push up mid lane, and then they're going to try and defend it, and then we move to a different location, and then when they try to rotate to stop us, hopefully we can get a pick. Gangplank's doing a good job splitting, but he's about to get ganked by this Olaf. I don't really know why Nidalee is still staying in the jungle. She might feel like she's very underfarmed right now. But her poking would be very useful to help kind of siege this mid lane. The other option is this Nidalee could actually go bot lane if she wanted to, and push up that push up the bot lane. So I wind up using my ult to try and save Misfortune. I flash so I can get the kill on the Tristana because she's just so low health. And we're able to get the stun on the Rammus, so we're able to get a double kill. So yeah, unfortunately the Tristana was really strong. She almost burst out the Misfortune. I had to use my ult to save her, and we were able to get the kill. And yeah, Lux did a really great job. Wind up getting the kill on the Twisted Fate. So yeah, now that we've been able to take the inner mid tower, we can ward up this red side jungle, and then we can rotate down and take this inner bot tower as well. And if they try to come into this jungle, we can just easily kill them. So we just have superior vision. Yeah, you can see this Lux and this Olaf are just waiting for somebody to come by and try and defend the tower. Yeah, it's right there. Very easy kill. And this should be a pretty easy tower take. Ooh, Misfortune winds up getting taunted by the Rammus under tower. That's exactly not what you want to see. Lux yet again takes 3 tower shots unnecessarily. And now we start getting into possible overstay. Probably should back off at this point. There's no reason to try and risk 2 or 3 people getting killed. So yeah. Backing off is definitely the right decision with Lux being so low health and also with myself being such low health. So yeah, we have a commanding gold lead right now. There's no reason to try and force things. That's such a common mistake. People get a gold lead and instead of just playing smart and playing safe and just slowly snowballing the game, they feel like they have to win like right away. And if they don't win right away, they start getting frustrated and they start doing stupid stuff like taking tower shots when they don't need to. So Olaf is going ham, winds up burning the flash, and yeah, he winds up getting the kill. So good job from him. This Misfortune's got to be very careful of the Rammus taunt. Good job. Good job by the Olaf landing multiple Qs. Yeah, Gangplank wound up flashing, getting the kill on Misfortune. With those kills, we should actually be able to get a lot of damage on this inhib. So, you know, like this Nilly, she should be attacking the tower. The Lux should be attacking the tower. There's no reason not to attack the tower right now. So yeah, a lot of missed opportunities to get more tower damage down, and now we have to back off. Like, we probably could have dropped that tower. We probably wouldn't have gotten it like completely down, but we could have gotten it, you know, maybe to like an 8th health, and that would have made it really easy to take in the future. So now this is a kind of like a dangerous point where everybody's kind of low health. Everybody needs to recall. A lot of times you'll see teams will rush a Baron at that point. So I come up here, I pink. I ward the Baron, so that way if they try to push Baron, we can try to counter that. At this point, I would say that Lux and Nilly should just recall. There's no reason to stick around here. We can just play safe. Yeah, Nilly winds up dying. I'm probably going to die next. Nope, just barely able to escape. Olaf is going ham on the Gangplank, wound up getting a kill on that. So yeah, that was definitely an overstay on the part of Lux and Nilly. There's no real reason for them to stick around at like half health. They should just recall, especially with Dragon coming up. We got kind of lucky. The only reason why we were able to succeed was because we were already so far ahead. If that game had been a lot more even, they probably would have wiped us, and they would have taken mid tower, and they could have either taken Baron or Dragon, or possibly even both. That probably would have been an ace if the game was more even. So yeah, definitely got lucky with that. Not a great play from our team. So Gangplank uses his ultimate. Great job. I wind up using my Face of the Mountain to save the Lux. I need to stand behind me to raise her defenses enough that she can actually survive the ultimate. That was actually a really smart play from Gangplank. If I didn't have that Face of the Mountain, Lux would have been dead. So we've taken down this mid-inner turret. So the real challenge now is going to be controlling the sideways. You can see this Olaf. No reason to do that, right? 1v4, you're not going to win that fight. Even if you get one kill, it's not worth it. Yeah, unfortunately Lux gets caught out. I try to save her, and I'm going to probably wind up dying as well. Just barely able to survive, but I have to burn flash because of it. That mistake is going to cost us this tower. So yeah, even if you're super fed, I mean, Olaf is 11-4, you're not going to win a 1v4. At best, you're going to get a kill, which, with how fed you are, there's no reason why you should only settle for one kill. If Olaf had waited and he engaged with the team, he probably could have gotten a double kill or a triple kill with how much gold he has. So yeah, just play smart. You know, I understand, you know, normal games you want to do some crazy stuff, but you should only do crazy things that have a chance of working. You shouldn't do crazy things that have no chance of working. Going 1v4 has a 0% chance at working, so there's no reason to do it. This Gangplank's really caught out. He's going to do his best to try and avoid dying. Shen actually uses his ultimate. before we're able to kill the Gangplank, and Shen's gonna wind up sacrificing himself. It's a good play. Shen should have cancelled that ultimate. Because it was a 1v3, so Shen was ulting into a 2v3 essentially. So that's never what you want to do with a Shen. You always want to ult to make it an unfair fight. So if it's like a 1v1, you ult with a Shen to make it a 2v1 in your favor. Yeah, this Misfortune's taking a lot of tower shots unnecessarily. This is a common theme. Our allies taking way too many tower shots. Yep, I will have to wind up burning Face of the Mountain again because Misfortune was taking tower shots throughout that entire time, and she also has to burn heal to survive. So common theme. Yep, Misfortune winds up having to burn Flash to avoid the Gangplank ult. Common theme of this game, allies taking turret shots when they don't need to. Yeah, Rammus winds up using his Flash to kill the Misfortune, and that winds up being a triple kill. That's really unfortunate. So you can see these mistakes, right? And you guys can look at your own games and see if you're making the same mistakes. Are you taking unnecessary tower shots? Are you overstaying? Are you giving up these unnecessary kills? Like, yet again, another unnecessary kill because we're tower diving, taking unnecessary tower damage. No reason for that. No reason for these deaths. So that's 4 deaths in the span of a minute that happened because of poor decision making regarding towers. Towers specifically. So, if this team was a little bit better and we had slightly worse wave control, this team probably could get Baron right now, right? They've got the Twisted Fate, they've got the Tristana, and they've got their jungler. They could go Baron, and we'd be in a lot of trouble if death timers were a little bit longer and this team was, you know, not as far behind. I will say this team is doing a very good job at controlling the side waves. That's a common problem that you see in a lot of these games, is the side waves aren't controlled very well. We were able to get the Flash out of the Tristana just by chasing her, but we wound up blowing Lux's ultimate. At this point, there's no real reason why the Nidalee should be down here. We should be posturing more towards Baron. The Baron is what we really need to close out this game. So we catch Gangplank out a little bit, but their team rotates faster than ours, unfortunately. Yeah, this Gangplank is doing a lot of great work. The Nidalee definitely made a mistake trying to solo out the Gangplank, and then you can see this Olaf comes in yet again, another 1v4, and winds up doing nothing but dying. So no reason for that. Wind up giving them the ace. This allows them to get a very easy Baron. If the Olaf hadn't died, he could have postured and scared them a little bit, kind of moved back and forth, thrown out some axes to try and delay this Baron as much as possible, and possibly given enough time for the Nidalee or the Misfortune to get there. But because he pretty much suicided 1v4 into the enemy team, 0% chance that we were going to stop that Baron play. So this is how throws happen, right? I mean, you make we're way far ahead, you know, had a huge gold lead. Look at that, 6,000 gold lead, and we wind up getting aced against this team because of poor decision making. This is also another really poor decision by this Nidalee. There's no reason to be going for this dragon when you don't have vision control, you have no idea if there's even a ward there, and you don't have any support from your team. Thankfully she's able to escape with a sliver of health. But yeah, it winds up being really bad for us. So yeah, this Nidalee is definitely making some very poor plays, poor decision making. Um, I'd say overall the entire team is making very poor decisions. The Olaf is constantly going in 1v4. The Misfortune and um, the Lux are taking a lot of tower damage. They're playing well. They are playing well. Like that's absolutely true that they're playing well, but they're taking unnecessary tower damage, which is costing us fights. You can see yet again the double taunt winds up being very potent against the Misfortune. She just barely survives. I have to wind up burning my flash to save myself, but good cleanup by the Olaf rotating, allowing us to get a lot of damage onto the Shen. Wind up killing the Shen, wind up killing the Rammus. So all the mistakes that we were making earlier, overstaying, things like that, they just made that exact same mistake. So that's going to allow us to get some pressure back on the game. So this is a mistake. There's no reason to send 3 people towards top lane to chase a Twisted Fate. Only one person needs to go top lane and everybody else should be pushing mid or pushing bot, either one. Just trying to control these side waves. Yeah, you can see everybody's just running around aimlessly. That's just wasted time. That's what you want to try and avoid in these type of games. This is all wasted time that we could have been used pushing lanes. I'm up here because I'm the only one who's trying to defend this tower because the wave is pushing against us. I shouldn't be doing that. I should not be the one who's up there pushing this wave. It should be one of the other people who needs the gold more. And because I'm not there, you know, team fight goes a bit more poorly than it should have. Once we arrive, we're able to clean up pretty easily. The Olaf did a very good job getting that catch on the Tristana. But overall, kind of a really sloppy team fight. Yeah, yet again, nearly taking tower damage. So overall, multiple times, overstaying, huge mistake that you can see over and over again in this game. And a lot of times it can actually cost you the game. We actually got really lucky that it didn't wind up costing us the game, even though we had a huge gold advantage. And then also taking unnecessary tower damage. I can't tell you how many times people take tower shots that they don't need to take. And it might not seem like a lot. It might not seem like a lot of damage, but even 100 damage or 200 damage can be the difference between you getting the kill or you giving up the kill. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I hope you guys will learn from the mistakes that my team made and the enemy team made, and kind of analyze your own gameplay and see if you make these type of mistakes as well. But if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the content on the channel, please subscribe. If there's anything you feel like that I could do better, or anything you'd like to see in the future, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. But I hope you guys have a great day. This is Randomonium, signing off.